drawing the breather gasket for 3 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. So in this tutorial, we're going to draw this gasket for our breather gasket on your engine. So to start off with, I'm going to start my sketch. So create sketch. And there's a sketch origin. It happens to be over here, so I have to click on this. And then what we're going to do is draw basically that outside box. So we're going to start with create rectangle, center rectangle. And I'm just going to move this over, and we're going to come out. And the first one, lower one there, is 2 3/4. I'm going to click on tab. When I click tab, or press tab, it moves over to the other dimension, and I put 1 5/8. Then I hit enter. Okay, there's my first one. Now my next box is going to be the inside one. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to randomly take a 2-point rectangle, and this time I'm just going to put it kind of over here. It doesn't really the size. I pressed enter, so that means now that I have to go back and actually dimension it. So up here, sketch dimension is that one. Otherwise, create sketch dimensions down here, or D. Okay, so I'm going to click on this. This distance right here to here, I'm going to put it up here so you can see it. That is going to be 2 1/4. So that one's in, and don't worry about it's outside of the box. This dimension from here to here, I'm going to put it over here. That one is 1 7/32. Okay. Now, I need to put this one inside this box. So all we're going to do is keep in dimension still. And I'm going to say that the dimension from here to here, this way, is going to be 1/4. Okay, you can kind of see now it's lined up, looks centered. And then this dimension from here to here, when I do it, that is 7/32. There we go. So now you can see that it's actually in there. Now, you can start seeing a whole bunch of stuff showing up on the screen as we dimension this, and it's quite a small area. So if you want to get rid of things, over here there's dimensions. We can unclick, right? And there's what's called constraints. So if you want to view it a lot better, there we go, everything's gone, right? Now we can continue here, and what happens is when you finish doing something, it just disappears. So I'm going to leave constraints off, but turn dimensions on for now. All right, so that's the first bit. Now, the next thing we're going to do really quickly is a couple circles. And we're only going to draw on 1/2 of this because we're going to do something called mirror later on. So I'm going to draw a circle. I know that this circle, because this rectangle is dead center, I can just click here. You can see a little triangle show up. That means the midpoint. Okay, and that's going to be the hole for the bolt. And that one is 1/4. So there's our first. All right, now I'm going to zoom into here a bit. And I'm going to drag that dimension out of the way so it's a bit easier to see stuff. And I'm going to drag this dimension out of the way. Now, my next circle is going to be the outside one. Okay, so I'm going to, again, center this. And this one is 27/64. And I'm going to put that one in place. All right. Now, the next command is going to be trim. I want to trim out some of the stuff because it doesn't exist. So T is for trim, or under modify, we can find trim, and you can see there's T for trim. And it's a little pair of scissors now. You can see the scissors, and I'm going to come in. This isn't going to exist. This one's not going to exist. And this line's not going to exist. And finally, the center line's not going to exist. So now that's looking a little closer to what we see over here. All right. And at this point in time, we're going to stop the tutorial, and then we're going to go on with part 2 of this.